All right, y'all. It's your host, Cliff G, and I got my special guest in the building, June. Say something.
Yeah, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, G?
We feeling good, man. So I need you to introduce yourself to the people who might not know you. Know you make some fire music. Just kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Bet that, y'all. It's love. It's so much love, peace, and chicken grease. My name June. I'm a Chicago homegrown artist and style man. I've been making music for a minute. And I really just uplift the people for real. Everybody know my energy, know my vibe. I make music that'll make you feel good, music that'll make you just think about your life in a positive way. And I do that all with a bunch of R&B, a bunch of hip hop, a bunch of really just my own genre. I'm creating a lot of my own genre, just being an artist. I'm from over East Chicago, so I really am about this city. I really am about uplifting the city, uplifting everybody in the city, and bringing people together with my music.
Word. So before we just hopped on air, you had to express that you're not a conscious rapper. So let us know what kind of music you make. I know you say you're creating your own genre, but just kind of like give us a little insight on your style.
Oh, bro, for sure that gang, man. I say like one thing about me is like, so I remember my homie Lazeric was throwing this show, and shout out to Lazeric, man. He was throwing this show out on the west side, and I had got up on stage, and it was a bunch of like drill artists. It was a bunch of trap music. I literally had opened up for OG Steve-O like at that same performance. If you know OG Steve-O, you will listen to the type of music he'll make. It's a lot, but a little different, from mine. Mm-hmm. So I hopped up on this stage and I'm singing my first single, which was My Baby. And this is a love song. You feel me? This is a queer love song about, you feel me? Just feeling good about love. And even if you in a long distance relationship, this is a song for you. But I'm singing this song at like 12 o'clock at night. Mm. Near 290. You feel me? Like Muggs was just on stage talking about all types of other stuff.
Drill.
You feel me? Shots. You feel me? I'm telling you, B. But I'm just here to be myself, So as an artist, that's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm making my moves. That's how I'm building up my platform and really making music around me just being myself. So I don't box myself into any type of thought process, any type of genre. I'm not a conscious rapper. I'm really an artist. Like, you feel me? My barber, he funny, man. He gonna say something about, man, you like a conscious type. And I'm like, gee, nah, like you must not listen to the music for real, because I really make music about being myself and how boldly I am me. I think it inspires people to just tap into being themselves. So that's where I say, like, my music, it'll make you feel really good. It'll make you feel alive, and whatever way you're connecting with your experience in life, that's what my music is going to help you through and help you with, for real.
Word. So let's work our way right into this single, Smile in My Face.
Bro, Smile in My Face is for them people who, when they think they trying to play you, for them times for when you might not know what's going on with the people around you or with the way certain people are treating you, you can treat yourself well. You can sort and process them feelings and say, hey, man, I already peep it. You can smile in my face all day, but I got to make love to myself. I got to give love to myself for real. So don't be scared to have feelings. We can get into that smile in my face for real.
All right, well, y'all heard it. We finna get into that smile in the face. Coming after this song, we gonna talk a little bit more. So y'all stay tuned. We ain't going nowhere. We just got started, but we gotta drop this heat. So yeah, I got my girl June in here, and we finna drop that smile in my face. Let's go. Man, that's a banger. That's a banger, G. Like what inspires you to make this music? Like, is it one of those, like, you gotta just feel it flowing and then you hop in to make music? Like, what's your creative process like?
Love, G. I would say, like, making music has always been a part of my life. It's always been just the source of my happiness, my purpose. I think you figure out what you're meant to do and you're closest to your purpose when you're younger. So I always been making music since I was a kid, since maybe like 9, 8. Like, I would make music on my mama's phone. Like, I would record it on the voice audio messages and I would make music. So again, like, being an artist, like I always been somebody who just want to tell the truth, you know, I always seen art as a way to tell our stories, you know, as Black people, as a Black woman, as a Black queer woman, as somebody from the southeast side of Chicago, as somebody who grew up and seen poverty, seen all the different narratives that people have spun about Chicago's and have been in firsthand situations where these different socioeconomic factors are affecting me. So that's a unique place and point to be. So I try to make music, to be honest, because I know there are so many more people out there, you know, in those same hoods, in those same strips. Like, it's a lot of people who grew up on South Shore Drive. It's a lot of people who got family up north. There's a lot of people who be out on 290. I went to high school on 290, for real. I went to high school on the west side of Chicago. So it's like, making music has always been that catalyst of growth for me, you know, and I want to inspire people who may not have all them answers. It's not easy to be a positive person or a positive person who looks up and tries to keep going. It's actually a lot of things in the world that's going to be a negative affirmation to you, but I don't want to involve myself in what's just cool for right now. Like, there are a whole bunch of artists who actually made a powerful impact on the world, who saves people's lives through their music. And that's
Absolutely.
what, you feel me?
Yeah, for real.
That's what my creativity is here to do. So just even still, like that song, Smile in My Face, like it's really like I was in my feelings and I decided to make something positive about it. I was like, there's no reason for me to soak in these feelings or to feel this type of way. I was literally having a hook. I don't even gotta stay in my feelings no more. Like, why would I ever? Like, I want y'all to literally say, I don't gotta stay in my feelings no more. Why would I ever do that? I want you to question all of the stuff that's just been broadcasted to you, but really has not had your best interest in heart. You know, I got the best interest for really everybody around me, everybody who listens to my music. I want you to become a bigger fan of yourself. So that's why I do it for real, for real. I feel like it's the work that I gotta do.
Right. It's not on you, it's in you.
For real.
So, you know, I'm a big fan, so I'm a New Julian fan, so just so you know. So like what, as far as musically, what do you have cooking up? Are you working on a project? Like, what's going on?
Ooh, we got a lot coming this way, for real, for real. This fall, I'm going to be dropping my first project, Back to School. It's coming out. I'm so excited for it. Back to School is going to be my first ever EP. It's 5 songs, and it's taking you really through life, through all of the areas and just moments where you're going through different things, like even thinking about back to school season. Like a lot of us, we either in school, got out of school, taking a break from school, or done with school. But that's something I felt like everybody could relate to, because everybody had to go to school. Everybody had to lock in at one point and go somewhere they didn't want to go. So even if you going to work right now, like you remember the time when you was in school, and you can still lock in and feel uplifted by just all of these different ways. Like I have songs that talk about the hard parts. I have songs that talk about the teachers in school that'll just be cruel to you. You feel me? It's Back to School. That's Back to School track we might hear in a little bit. And then I got different songs, like, you feel me, Smile in My Face. I got Cruiser on there, and Cruiser's a song that it'll really like just make you feel like guided through this life, like you're not alone, for real, for real. I got songs that talk about love. I got songs that talk about what it's like just to be a real hardworking boss woman out here. You feel me? Like I got a lot of content and really just situations about life that I talk about on this project that I've been through. It's my real life, my real testimony, and the fact that I could put it into music and make it into something that people can connect with, people can vibe with, people can feel like really like a different kind of experience from, like transform the experience that they're going through now and feel that feeling. That's what Back to School is for. It's getting everybody prepared for, we just had a summer. We just had a year. Let's finish this year off right. We about to go back. We're about to get back to work, back to school, and tee up for real, for real.
And for real, everybody be thirsty to go back to school. They get their back to school fit, shoes,
For real.
all of that. So I know y'all ready to go back to school. I already know what.
Gee, man, you remember you would be like rocking the bendy rulers when you had to go. Like if you had a fresh bendy ruler in school, G, you was the flyest, G. Going around being a bad kid, smacking everybody with them folks.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. I used to couldn't sleep the day before school started back. I would be up all night because I was just nervous and ready. So
for real, same though. I'm the same way to this day. If I got something that's really I'm looking forward to, especially the first day of school, I go to Howard too. So it's like,
okay,
I'm really going back to school. Like
HBCU repping in the building.
You already know the vibes. For all the HU cats listening, man, HU, you already know the vibes. But it's all a part of the journey. You feel me? We're all going through this life together. We might be living separate lives. We might be from different households, different backgrounds, but there are certain experiences that we share. And going back to school, that's something that we all share. You feel me? Right. This fall, we all gonna feel it. We all
whether we going back to school, getting ready for whatever's next in life, like definitely. Cause I'm definitely trying to figure out what's next for me after this radio thing ends. So I relate to it already. So
that's sure, love for sure. Too.
So something I really want to ask you is like coming up, who was like the musical influence? Like who kind of like, yo, this person inspired me to rap, do music or whatever. Like what was that like coming up?
Oh, it's a couple influences, to be honest. Like when I first started making music, I had music makers around me. Like I remember like my cousin was a real big like inspiration to me. I had this question the other day too, and I was like, one, like God inspired me to make music because that's a person who like I can really like spit for days. Like you I could spit for hours and hours and hours. I could really make music almost in my sleep. Like I woke up and heard music in my head like, oh yeah, let me just keep this melody going. Let me put it down some different kind of way. So it's definitely, all praise and glory goes to the creator, you feel me? And it's also like it's always been around me. So I had my cousin who make music, and he go by Ibra, but I remember just being in Thanksgiving, you feel me, being in my auntie's room during Thanksgiving and rapping. Like we would have a family cipher. I used to have to fight to get in that cipher, G. Like I was the youngest cousin at that time, G. Like I would be like, nah, like you feel me? I would just hop in the cipher, try and go cool, like, yeah, cause when y'all can't touch me, like you feel me? Like, but that's how it really started for real. Like I had a DSi too. Like if you ever had like the Nintendo DS's, like I had a DSi and I would record like 10-second clips on there and just try and make music for real. Crazy. Like
you used your Nintendo DS for. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like thinking about it, because it did have that feature on it, and I just played the game. I wasn't trying to record nothing.
Nah, G, I was getting new SD cards for my Nintendo DSi, the pink one. You feel me?
Like, that's crazy.
It's love. No, if I had to think of any like bigger industry like influences. Mm-hmm. I'd say I'm definitely like influenced, or I just
who loved you listen to?
Who I listen to for real. Yeah, that's a good question. I listen to me. I listen
ain't nothing
to
wrong
me,
with that.
G.
You're your biggest critic and fan.
For real, G. And in addition to me, I'm probably listening to some Kanye for real. I love Kanye. I've loved Kanye since I was a kid. Like just even that feeling when I talk about back to school, I got like a memory in my head of just me. Literally, I used to listen to Streetlights, Kanye West, like all the time. Like especially, or at least there was a period in time where I listened to it really heavily. Like it was really like something that was keeping me going. I would be on the J14 riding a bus and I would literally see the streetlights. I would be walking home to the crib. I would see the streetlights. I'd be like, man, today's hard, but you feel me? I still got places to go. I still got time to grow. Like I would put them lyrics in my head. So just big shout out to Kanye. That's probably like my favorite artist other than myself. Like out of everybody, that's probably one of my favorite artists. And then second, you feel me? Controversial, but Drake. For real.
We go from Ye to Drake.
Really,
it's only right.
It's only right, back to back, for real. Those are two artists who really just have inspired me, and I feel like they're going against the grain. Like, Drake was the first artist, I feel like, in a minute who went mainstream, and people could probably give other different examples, but he was the first artist to me at a time that I received when I was a young kid that was not just making music that I felt like that was overly aggressive or like just demeaning or degrading towards women. Like, Drake was the first artist that I remember like literally like being clowned for singing to women about loving them. Like, you feel me?
Facts.
Like,
No, facts. That's for a while people did say that about him. Like, I just remember going, like, people cut him off, like, cut that off. But it's like, it's still good music. You cannot deny that. Because he's not rapping about the street life and all of that, but he still makes great music about loving a woman, breaking up with a woman, being stuck on a woman. Like, he make hits.
You feel me?
I can't deny it. You can't deny it. You could talk about it. You can try to clown him all you want, but the man is a hit maker. Even with this latest album, when I first heard it, I'm like, yo, what is he doing? But then, like, you have to go back and listen to it, and it's for the time. It's the right moment to drop what he did, and it's genius. People not gonna like it now, but I guarantee you next year people gonna be bumping that album during the summertime.
I promise you, way more people, and that's where I feel like I'm at, like, even in my career, just a little bit of, it's just like way more people gonna tune into you, like, when you up, you feel me? And a lot of people gonna have a lot of opinions of you, even when you get to that stage and that place where you're maybe 3-4 projects in, and you have a lot of a discography and a catalog for people to listen to. Mm-hmm. But in between that time period, you gotta be a trailblazer for your stuff. Like, I might not get to hear all of the people who actually think the world of my music, but in that same token, I still got to go introduce myself to people who don't know me, don't know my music yet, and say, hey, like, this the story. Like, this what you need to tap into. This what you need to tune into. Like, just live life, be in the present moment, and just not necessarily recreate that feeling, but you feel me? You don't got to reinvent the wheel. When you got it, you got it. You have to keep spinning. You have to keep going. So that's where I really feel like I'm at, and there's still people who aren't necessarily tuned in, but who are for surely going to end up being some of my biggest fans. You feel me? Like,
no, because once they listen to this music, they gonna get hooked. Because for me, I'm a music head, so like, I be feeling like I know when I'm listening to good music. I know when I'm listening to an artist that's different, and it's like, for me, when you turn on the radio, all you hear is drill. When you're riding down the street, all you hear is somebody rapping about clapping at somebody and stuff like that. So I be trying to hear music that's not that. Like show me something that's not what everybody trying to do or imitate. So it's like, for me, it's like, you definitely got it. You definitely got it. Like, because it's so easy to just do what you see. So like you said, you're focused on being yourself and how can I be the best version of myself. And I feel like for anybody who's trying to do music or whatever, if you focus on being yourself and figuring out who you are as a person, as an artist, like, you're gonna be fine. Like, no matter what you're doing in life, where you going, if you focus on bettering yourself and developing, it's gonna take care of itself.
I promise you, because it take a lot of courage. It take a lot of courage, like,
to fail
over
and over until you get it again. And once you realize failing is part of being successful, then sky's the limit, for real.
For real.
So yeah, man, I would just want to say thank you for coming out and blessing me with your presence and with your music. You're a dope artist, and I'm glad I met you. Do you want to give any shout outs before we get up out here? Anybody you want to, shout out? Producers, family members, whatever. I always tell artists to shout out their people.
Love, for real, man. It's been a pleasure, for real, y'all. If y'all ain't already, I need y'all to tap into Back to School. We're going to be throwing a Back to School show on August 18th. That's a Thursday. Slide out. We're going to be going from 7:30 to 11:30. So it's big love. Shout out to FortuneHouse, for real. That's where we're going to be having it, on 44th and Cottage. It's a lot of love for real. Like always, big shout out to God, man. Shout out to the gang, the family. Shout out to ESC. Shout out to Rico, man. Shout out to Anama. Shout out to my peoples, like my love, like everybody who's been supporting me, everybody who's been uplifting me. Like shout out my mama, shout out the family, like shout out everybody for real. 360 the team, 360 the dream. And all my peoples rocking in DC, all my peoples rocking in New York, all my peoples rocking all across the world. Like I love y'all, I see y'all, and we going up. Like we about to drop our first project, so let's tee up. It's back to school for real, and it's much love for real. It's been a great time.
Thank you again. And before we get out of here, we got to play that single. Like, promote your single. Go ahead, shout it out.
Bro, y'all, if y'all ain't know, it's now time to know. We about to play the back to school track, fresh off of Back to School. My first project. If you ain't know, now you know. My name is June. I'm coming to you. Get in tune. Get in line, man. It's a lot of beautiful music that's coming out. So it's back to school. Teachers that hated on me in school, different people tried to make me seem like I was tried to write my story for me, but can't nobody do that. Can't nobody tell you who you're gonna be. So back to school. Let's get it.
Let's get it. You heard it.
Bro, it's your girl June.
Let's go.
88.1, home of Chicago's underground.
I got an eye on the way you. I got an eye on the way you.
I just love how you smile in my face. It turned cold and so fake, but it wakes me right up. I just love how you smile